Obviously it's the same thing. It's Drake Maye and Josh Downs. Some stats here as we get rolling. Drake Maye, 31 for 49 for 448 yards. Massive game for him through the air. 3 touchdowns through the air, 63% completion percentage. He ran the ball 19 times. Of course, that includes sacks and tackles for 71 yards. He did have the touchdown as well. And the Heisman campaign, I think UNC was kind of just waiting to make sure he was still on track, and it seems like I think he's got the 3rd highest odds now. I have it right in front of me here, actually. This is FanDuel Sports. CJ Stroud is plus 150. Hendon Hooker is plus 400. Blake Corum, which I think is a Michigan running back, is plus 500. And Drake Maye is plus 500. Kalen Williams is plus 1,200. Stetson Bennett, the 4th, is plus 1,400. Translate those odds for those who don't sports bet, Jeff.
So who was the favorite? It was CJ?
CJ Stroud plus 150.
So that means he's by far and away the betting favorite, meaning if you bet $100, your returns will be you'll win $150. So just a standard unit in betting is $100. So just if it's plus 1,400, meaning you bet $100 to win $1,400. And then if it's say Drake Maye was minus 200 to win the Heisman right now, that would mean you would have to bet $200 to win $100.
Yeah, I always get confused because it's like counterintuitive a little bit. You just switch your mindset when it's minus versus plus. All right, not a big sports bet over here. All right, let's get into it. I know you have a lot of things to talk about. Formation diversity, Drake Maye, wide receivers, tight ends. Let's just start with Drake Maye. You see anything different from him? Heisman campaign's kicking off. Kind of odd, a mid-season Heisman campaign. Redshirt freshman, never played a game, now has 10 starts. He is getting so much social media buzz. UNC released kind of their official Drake Maye for Heisman hashtag video that went out on social media, kind of kick off that campaign. 2 regular season games left. We have a chance on national stage against NC State, which is on ABC, and then against Clemson, which will be a high-profile 8 p.m. night game. Your thoughts on what Drake Maye did against Wake and in general about his season in this Heisman campaign?
Yeah, I mean, he's not only putting the most prolific single season in UNC history together, he's putting one of the most special, seasons in ACC history and even college football history. What he's doing, how easy he's making it look. He's just so efficient with the ball. He can run, he can throw. He's not turning the ball over. That's the biggest thing that you look for in a young quarterback is, they can make those great plays, but he's limiting the negative plays, the bad plays, the catastrophic plays. He's not giving the ball back to the other team. He's taking care of the ball. He's obviously moving the ball at will, and he's putting the ball in the end zone. He's throwing touchdowns. He's running touchdowns. He's rushing touchdowns. He's doing everything. And if you look at the Heisman, I think part of it is obviously statistics. Another factor is, your team's record and your team's ranking. And I think another thing that's underrated is the wow factor of the play. And if you watch Drake, he has that wow factor. Obviously, he's so efficient and he makes things look so easy, but he makes some plays that you're just like, there's very few people in college football can make. And there's one play in particular, I think it was the second half, and Wake Forest was bringing a bunch of pressure all night, and they have a free rusher at Drake, and he eludes one defender, and he's rolling out to his left, and he's scrambling a little bit. He's at like midfield, and another defender is coming right in his face, and his body is completely running to the left. Mm-hmm. He stops his feet, pivots, and throws back across his body. I think it was to J.J. Jones. Yep. And it was, a 25-yard throw on the money with a defender in his face when his whole body and his momentum is going left, away from his throwing arm. It's just like plays like that are incredible to see, but he does them every game. And if you were to watch all of his games, like he's doing something like that every game. So he has that wow factor to step himself up in the Heisman rankings.
Yeah, that video was going around social media yesterday. I retweeted it. I think Bryn Renner liked my tweet. That was big for me. Okay. He has such athletic arm talent, like you said, like the tough throws when your momentum's going one way or the other way, and you're throwing the opposite way. that's what stands out. And I don't know if the common fan recognizes those throws because they happen, 2 or 3 times throughout the game. And you don't, when you first watch the game, I don't know you never necessarily see that, but then going back, man, that's an amazing throw. And he is, I mean, it's all there. It's the deep throws are there now, the intermediate throws, the tough throws, and then on these short throws, the tough, 20-yard out to your running back, they're on point with the velocity that's necessary to get there. A couple of those to Elijah Green in this game. It's all there. And I'm excited to see what happens. I think he has a pretty good chance he'll get invited to New York. I think if he consistently puts up the numbers, have a couple high profile games like we said, still gets 2 or 3. You have to believe that the numbers will keep growing. He's been so consistent. That's the thing. He hasn't had a bad game.
No.
I think Notre Dame was probably his worst game.
And he had 5 touchdowns
against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Well, he's had 2 or 3, it seems, in every game. He has a running touchdown here and there. The numbers are very consistent, and like you said, the no interceptions is huge. I mean, what up?
So I did some research. I think the Heisman made a rule starting last year that they're automatically going to invite 4 guys to the Heisman. So the top 4 vote getters are automatically going to go. I think in years past they've had 3, maybe sometimes 4, maybe 5, but it's automatically 4 this year. And I think there's only 5 guys, in my opinion, in the country right now that have a chance to win it. And that's CJ Stroud, it's Corum, the running back, it's Hooker, it's Drake, and Caleb Williams. So he just has to, beat out one of those guys to get the top 4 spot. But he is, in my opinion, it's him and CJ Stroud are the 2 most deserving. So, he's in the top 5 right now, and all he's got to do is, elevate 1 spot, or if he's in the top 3 right now to get to New York.
Yeah, and UNC has to keep winning too. I think if they lose a game,
absolutely,
they have to win out the next 2 games. I think, and then I think Clemson could be his shot for announcing himself to the national public. If he can win that game, that would be huge. Make the big plays late in the game to help UNC win. I'm not sure about when the votes go in. That's another point because the ceremony.
I think it's the day after the ACC championship.
I think it's the weekend after. Are you talking about when the votes go in?
Yeah. So I'm saying they'll include the ACC championship in their voting process.
If people hold their votes, I think it opens up at some point, and some people don't wait. So and then the ceremony is the next Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, Drake Maye. All right, offensive formations, Jeff.
Yeah, and so I was there on staff when Coach Longo first got hired, and just to see the evolution